Right, hallo, welkom weer so by Farmboek, Nampo 2018. Okay, so volgende probleempie. Ek is nou lus om 'n plaas te koop in Zambië. En hoe maak ek nou om daarin te kom as ek nou eers begin? Daar's soveel onsekerhede rondom dit. En ek het 'n gesprek toevallig hier met die ouens van FNB gehad en hulle vertel my toe wat hulle doen. Toe dink ek so, okay, dit kan actually 'n bietjie waarde toevoeg. So, kom ons vind 'n bietjie uit presies hoe werk hier goede en die proses. Wat bring hulle vir julle alles? Hi, I'm Andre. How are you?
Give yourself.
No, Monet. Hi, and
Thank you, I'm Cheo.
Cheo. From
Cheo,
Zam-
yes.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Okay, I want to ask you quickly in terms of what's the service that you are offering specifically to South Africans, and if I want to go and do business in a different country, let's say one of the SADC countries.
Yeah, so some of the services that we're able to assist or offer is some of those businesses that have matured in South Africa and they want to invest into the rest of Africa. We can help them at least to be able to find opportunities that are available into these rest of African countries, and also just be able to help them with the service, what sort of opportunities are available for them to be able to invest. We're able to benchmark in many cases with assumptions that normally in these African countries have seen as a trend, to just be able to help them, see the opportunities realize and be not off from what their expectations are. Yeah.
And how that works. I just want to know quickly in terms of how does the process work. Let's say I want to go and do business, and what do you then offer on the other side?
Okay, we've got a dedicated South African-based team that actually provides services and solutions and support to South African companies expanding into the rest of Africa, where FNB has representation. We actually could possibly connect them with joint venture partners, service providers. We can do all the documentation and solutions facilitated from South Africa. They can basically bank with FNB in another country without leaving their office in South Africa.
Okay, so then the big thing for me is this works the same. Banking on this side works the same on that side works the same as on this side. So that takes out one of the unknowns, and then you have specific partners that you have worked with and that you can then vet, let's call it like that.
Correct. So what we would do is if a client gives us his industry and his requirements in terms of expanding to a country, we would look at our client list and portfolio in that country to see if we got any suitable partners and also service providers. And as we go on and having done quite a lot of business with our clients in Africa, we do have contact details and partners that we could refer them to make sure that they've covered all the considerations that are problems when clients expand to Africa.
I just want to know, okay, so let's say I've got this money now and I've seen what farm it is that I want to buy. How would I go about it? How does the money flow out of South Africa, and how do I know, okay, I'm actually playing within the rules?
Okay. The first thing would be is to do an exchange control application, which we will facilitate in South Africa, which will give you the approval from the Reserve, on behalf of the Reserve Bank, to move the money into that country and do the necessary investment. Once you have got that approval to move the money out, we will then in the country facilitate you and link you with the development agencies and central bank to ensure that you comply with the regulations and make it clear that you are investing in the country, the purposes you're doing that for, but also to allow you to expropriate funds at a later stage and remit profits back to South Africa. And in terms of the development agency, there's certain investment incentives that a company could qualify for, and we make sure that the application goes through to make sure that you benefit from all the incentives.
Because that's what's going to be my next question, is just how do I get my money back? Now I've made $1 million or whatever there and I want to bring it back to South Africa. What's the process? How am I assured that the money doesn't get stuck there? Can you guys help with that?
Yes, we can. So when you actually investing in the country, that is when one put your application and your funds through the Reserve Bank, and then get the approval and the clarification up front that when you do make profits or ever do want to disinvest, that you're able to move that funds out. So it's clear from day one that this is the amount of money I'll bring in, but these are the times that I would need to take it out and move it back to South Africa.
Excellent. Okay, quickly, in terms of your footprint in Africa, I gather that you're the main guy in terms of how being involved there. What does your footprint look like?
So we covered across almost all Southern African countries. So we've got presence in Botswana, Namibia, we've got presence in Swaziland, Lesotho, we are in Zambia as well, Tanzania. We've got recently opened as well in the last 2 years in Ghana. So we typically covered almost into the rest of Southern Africa, especially major agricultural hubs or where we're seeing growth, we are present. So we can typically cover in some of these countries.
And what I want to know is if you look at commercial agriculture in, let's take Zambia for example, how is the vooruitsig, the outlook for growth, etc. there, and what is the state of commercial agriculture actually in? Because we've got a more or less an idea, but we maybe do not actually know the truth there, what is going on ground level.
Yeah, so Zambia has seen a tremendous growth in the ag sector, especially commercial farming. Typically, I think when Zimbabwe was going through some difficulties, that we typically saw a growth out of Zambia. So Zambian agriculture is across grain, all commodities. There is also a huge opportunity now going forward in terms of processing, value addition, and also support services to the ag sector, especially grain, management, storage, because Zambia is now self-sufficient in almost all commodities, wheat, soyas and maize, and now there is need for you to be able to set up storage facilities. There's also a huge equipment opportunity also to invest in equipment. As you know, commodity prices have been soft in most of the regions now, and precision farming, being able to achieve, efficiencies is now coming into play. So precision farming, such opportunities and equipment is a new thing now going forward, and tech as well. Innovations to be able to just be able to hit the youths. Yeah.
Excellent. Oh well, it's good to see that all those things are coming as well. So that is. But just quickly, what is this program called? If someone would be interested.
It's FNB Global Business Banking.
Okay, FNB Global Business Banking. So dit is vir as jy in Afrika wil ingaan, plaas gaan koop daarso. Die manne moet my help om, dis maar alles risiko's. Daar's klomp onsekerhede rondom dit. En praat maar met jou plaaslike ou, dat hy 'n bietjie uitvind meer van dit. En dan kan hulle dalk bietjie van die risiko's vir jou uithaal op die einde van die dag. So ja, dit is hier van Nampo 2018. Ons het nog 'n klompie video's wat kom. Hou ons maar dop. Tot volgende keer. Groete.